Today, the Kree-Skrull War continues, as we got Ronan the Accuser taking on Super Skrull. Who wins? Well, let's find out. Longtime Supreme Public Accuser and eventual Supremer of the Kree Empire, Ronan is married to Kree the Inhumans, and together are the new benefactors and leaders of the Kree. Being a member of the Kree, Ronan has greater strength, stamina, and durability than any human, as he can normally lift around 10 tons. However, with his armor, Ronan is able to lift 80 tons. He's killed Black Dwarf with a single strike, staggered Gladiator, and even defeated Miss Marvel in her earlier years. He's durable enough to take powerful energy blasts from Ravenous, and is fine after being punched by Colossus and Thing. Ronan also has his armor, which enhances his natural abilities, and also grants him additional protection. Plus, it's got stuff like scanners, a cloaking device, electrical charges, and allows Ronan to freeze targets. And then it even allows him to fire powerful blasts from his eyes. Ronan has a gifted tactical mind, increased intelligence, the ability to adapt to different environments, has superior combat skills, and is incredibly skilled with his hammer, the universal weapon. This hammer is incredibly powerful, as it's able to unleash omnidirectional blast, create shields that have blocked blasts from Captain Marvel, knock out Human Torch and the Thing with energy blast, deconstruct weapons, manipulate matter and energy, and allow them to fly. But at the end of the day, Ronan loves nothing more than just to keep it basic and hit you with it. Then, in the other corner, we have Super Skrull. A Skrull artificially augmented and given each of the abilities of Fantastic Four by the Skrull Empire Dork, who wanted revenge against them. He is now the Emperor of the Skrulls. The Super Skrull has all the abilities of the original Fantastic Four, meaning Mr. Fantastic's elasticity, Invisible Woman's invisibility and force fields, Human Torch's flight and pyrokinesis, and the Thing's strength and rocky hide. Only thing is, though, all these powers are amplified. Super Skrull can lift over 100 tons, and has sent Captain Marvel flying with his punches. He's actually even fought against Silver Surfer and Thor before, and staggered them with his attacks. Then Super Skrull can transform his entire body to the same material as the Thing's hard, rocky exterior, and so he's been able to take swings from Mjolnir with Thor, and energy blast from the Silver Surfer. He's also fast enough to dodge strikes from Thor, dodge a charging Surfer, and using Mr. Fantastic's elasticity and flexibility, he's bended around Mjolnir. Super Skrull is also really good at controlling his force fields, and they're strong enough to block blasts from Captain Marvel, Silver Surfer, and Thor. He's also really good at using them on the offensive, as he'll unleash a force field blast, will suspend people in the air, and isn't even afraid to unleash a shield inside of someone's brain. Skrull can also use Susan's powers and turn invisible, so he can sneak up and surprise Thor, and he can use his invisibility in combination with his other powers. With Human Torch's powers, Super Skrull can actually match Johnny Storm with his Fire Blast, claims he can absorb infinite heat. He's actually got such fine control over his powers that he's able to make chains and bows and arrows out of fire. Then, finally, with Mr. Fantastic's powers, he's maneuvered out of the way of Mjolnir, stretched around Namor's blows, and even entangled Thor. He can stretch over 100 miles in seconds, and isn't afraid to kill people either, stretching his arm down enemies' throats and killing them. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, I really see this as a fight between power versus versatility, because cutting straight to the chase, Super Skrull was physically more powerful than Ronan the Accuser. Like Super Skrull's battle against Thor and Silver Surfer, Now it put him above the Thing in terms of strength. And I really don't think that's too much of a leap to say that. Because even while Super Skrull has the same powers as the Thing, all of his powers have been amplified and increased. On the other hand, I put Ronan more on equal footing with the Thing, although he can unleash some nasty blows with his hammer. Like he killed the Black Dwarf with one strike from his hammer, and that was during a battle where Black Dwarf was fighting Gladiator, Annihilus, and yes, the Super Skrull, all by himself. Durability-wise, I'd say Super Skrull is superior once again, considering he's taken attacks from Thor and Silver Surfer, and acted like he wasn't even fazed by them. Then that's not even mentioning his force fields, which are protected from Captain Marvel, Thor, and Silver Surfer. But honestly, based on his showings against the Fantastic Four, I think Ronan's durability should be enough to protect him from a lot of Super Skrull's attacks. He was unfazed by attacks from the Thing, and didn't budge when the Invisible Woman hit him with a force field blast to the nether regions. And even though Super Skrull's powers are amped, the regular FF couldn't really injure him at all. Then, neither of these two are much of speedsters or dodge many attacks, so I'm not really sure we need to spend too much time talking about that. So now, the question switches over to versatility. Do either of these two have a specific power that will quickly take the other one down or anything like that? Well, yeah, they kinda do. Both of them, actually. You see, Super Skrull is a ruthless fighter, and he always goes all out in a battle, and he's shown that he has no problem killing. And he's actually used his force field to pop brains before. Problem is, he's only done it once, so we can't really look at that as a reliable strategy for this battle. Super Skrull usually tends to just throw super strong, super stretchy, flaming rock punches. Effective, but not very versatile. Then, on the other hand, Ronan the Accuser has a game-ending move of his own. He's actually turned off Silver Surfer's powers before, and so he could conceivably do the same over here with Super Skrull. Problem is, once again, Ronan has only done that once in comics, and so we can't look at that as a reliable strategy either. So then, what do we do? Well, we can definitely factor those powers into the battle, but from there, we also have to get into other factors to see who's more powerful and versatile to tip the fight to their favor. And I gotta say that's Ronan the Accuser, because the Universal Weapon is easily one of the most versatile and powerful weapons in the entire Marvel Universe. And the one that Ronan wields? Well, it's the most powerful universal weapon there is. I mean, just look at some of the things that it's done. It allows its wielders to fire a blast of energy, create force fields, fly, unleash omnidirectional blast, manipulate gravity, manipulate matter, and manipulate and absorb energy. Then, on top of that, Ronan actually has tons of experience battling against the Fantastic Four, and he's got specific tactics and strategies that he uses against them. That should work against Super Skrull as well, considering that they have all the same powers. Like, Ronan has the ability to manipulate and even temporarily cancel gravity. And so he's made gravity around the Thing so heavy that he couldn't even move. He's also just simply knocked the Thing out with one energy blast. And then he's made Human Torch miss him, created a vacuum around Johnny to snuff out his flames and suffocate him, and even drained him of his power and energy. He's also formed a temporal displacement bubble around an Invisible Woman and rapidly aged her, create a whirlwind to push back and take out Mr. Fantastic, and he can always just land one of those devastating blows of his. Those are all things that Ronan has done against the Fantastic Four, and they should be just as effective against the Super Skrull, considering they have all the same powers. On the other hand, for someone who has the powers of Invisible Woman, he doesn't really use them to his full potential. Like, Sue is easily the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four, yet Super Skrull spends most of his time forming stretchy, flaming thing punches, instead of creating force fields around people, or popping their brains, or something like that. And that strategy just isn't gonna work out too well for Super Skrull in this fight. End of the day, I'm gonna have to go with Ronan the Accuser for the slight majority in this one. Ronan wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, more videos just one every single weekday, and I'll see you next time.